Hi guys, I'm Pierre Apetzi, host of PNL Podcast. I'm super excited to be with you today. I specialize in helping people making the good choice in the Miami local real estate market. I've been involved in multiple transactions over $20 million, and I'm super excited to share some insight of the Miami local market with you, Loic, today.
Hi everybody, I'm Loic Chambon. I'm also co-host of PNL Podcast. I've been in Miami for over 2 years and a half now, and my specialty is the development of single-family residences on the water, so spec homes and also end-user homes on the water, and this is what we specialize in. And in this podcast, we want to share our knowledge of the market and dive deep into specific projects, but also overall market data. So follow along and let's learn some new things.
Let's start.
Well, today, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about 5 top new construction projects that are coming to downtown Miami, Brickell. And yeah, we're going to dive deeper into some of these projects that we touched on maybe last time. So we did an overall market review, and today we want to dive deeper. So the first project is right here on the screen.
Super exciting, yeah. Let's start with St. Regis in Brickell. It's in the Brickell Avenue, a very iconic street in Brickell. So let's start with this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the only ones that is developing on Brickell Avenue here, because we have a lot of buildings here that are old school. They're going to be developed maybe sometime, maybe soon, maybe in a long time. We don't know. But St. Regis is key. It's a beautiful brand and it's the first of hopefully many. And investors are really, really going into this one. I hear it's sold almost 90%, no?
Yeah, and you know what? Like the main point of this one is like the branding, the developer, and the location. And he had only less than 150 units,
Okay.
which make it like a boutique building, very unique. So if to invest in it, you are almost making sure that it's going to be a super great investment.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a huge return on it when you're going to sell it.
You already told me there was like a good appreciation on it.
Exactly.
And also your first line in the water, so you're not going to lose by building in front of you.
Correct.
So you have really secure value, right?
And you have hotel services, so
Right.
and it's with super branding. So I guess it's one of the best projects in Brickell coming. Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. And you told me there was houses being built right behind it, so people are going to have
Correct.
houses and they're going to have access to all the amenities in front of it.
Yes.
That's the project.
Yes.
Amazing.
And so the delivery is it's planned to be for the end of 2027.
Right.
And the construction loan was more or less $500 million. So which is huge.
Crazy,
for
yeah.
a beautiful project. We can't wait to see it.
All right. Amazing. So should we hop on to the second one?
Yeah, maybe we can just name a very famous buyer.
Oh, who is the very famous buyer?
It was Fernando Alonso, the Formula One driver.
Nice.
So, which confirmed the attractivity of this building.
Wow, he bought 4 units, you said?
One.
One? Oh,
Yes.
you should have bought more.
So you can become his neighbor. You know?
Let's do it. So the second one is Cipriani Residences. That's another one in Brickell. So it's a very interesting one because it's a bit different. It's also an approach in Brickell, but it's not on the water. So you have kind of this risk of having big buildings built in front of you, but it's a really known brand, really famous brand, and really good amenities. So what do you think about this one, Pierre?
But I guess that since it's very tall,
Right.
you don't have so many risks to have someone in front of you, especially if you buy the high floors.
Okay.
So in this one, we have a bit less than 400 units, and it's developed by a very famous developer here, Fortune Group and Mass Capital. And we forgot to mention that for St. Regis is a related group. So
Oh, yeah,
it's
true,
important
true.
information. So let's go back to Cipriani. The delivery is planned to be in 2028.
Yeah. So a bit later than St. Regis.
Yes, and the construction loan is estimated to be 600 million. So, and like the buyer profile is like a finance professional, since it's in the heart of Brickell.
Yeah, true.
We also have a very famous and one of our favorite people here in South Florida, Lionel Messi, who bought 4 units.
Wow. So, I mean, it kind of means something, right? Because I'm sure he has a good counsel.
Yeah.
So it means that he's buying into a property that probably is going to increase in value.
Correct.
So definitely really, really interesting. I mean, I'm seeing this right in front of me every single day walking by. And I heard it's the tallest building for residential so far south
Correct.
of New York.
Correct.
So that's crazy. That's really,
crazy.
really crazy.
So yeah, he's betting big on this project. So means a lot, you know.
Yeah. What's special about Cipriani? What about this brand? Like, what do you think is bringing attractivity with
Well, here's the brand. It's just super strong. It's a super strong brand with huge attractivity. I don't know, like I'm sure you already have been to the Cipriani restaurant in Brickell. It's always full.
True.
So
it's beautiful. It's not in the same place than this. It's a bit closer to the river, but it's an amazing project. Yeah. I mean, right now it has beautiful views. It's going to be insane. I hope it's going to last for many years. But yeah, another beautiful project that is to come. And yeah, something else you want to say about this one?
Just that I can't wait to see it.
Awesome.
Let's have a tour. Let's have a tour when it's when it's completed. Let's go.
Let's go there for sure.
We're gonna make a video.
All right. Should we go to the next one?
Let's go.
All right. So the third one is Faena Residences.
This one is really beautiful, and it's actually on the Miami River. So it's on downtown side, right? If I'm not mistaken. But it's on the river.
No, it's on the Brickell side.
It's on the Brickell side. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Okay. So it's on the Brickell side.
Even better.
Yeah, that's even better. Usually you lose a bit of value when you go into downtown, but it's still amazing. I mean,
you know what it reminds me? It's a building in Singapore, right?
Yes, true. With the boat and
right.
True.
The pool. Imagine the view from the pool.
That's
just amazing on the Brickell skyline. Imagine.
I mean, we're just hopping into some of the latest buildings here that are being constructed in Miami, and we see that it's nonstop. It's one after the other, and we see all of these buildings are amazing. And it's really hard for investors to make a decision because you see all these buildings and you're like, wow, all of these buildings seem impressive. But there's a few key elements that need to be taken into account. Like, for example, who is the developer group? Do they have the experience? What exactly they're doing? Are they choosing the right location? How many units are in the building? Because, for example, for St. Regis, we're talking about 150 units. For Cipriani, we're talking about more than double that, almost 400 units.
Yeah.
So this is like the smaller the units, the less risk, kind of. But also, if you're taking a big building, more units means more amenities, more things. So yeah, it's like a balance of things. So it's really important to really dive deep into every single project to really understand what they bring to the table and just find the best one. And Faena, for us, it's definitely one of the best ones. I hear that their sales gallery, it cost them like over $1 million to build because they wanted to make sure that the people that come to visit have the full experience. Yeah, they want to make them understand exactly what they're going to feel when they're living in their residence.
So, it's super. I'm sure you already have been to the Faena Hotel in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of very super unique.
True.
The creator is like someone very artistic oriented. So this brand, I guess, for this location with this developer, is one of the best choice you can make.
True. Faena has like a really specific design for people that like this brand. It's really like differentiated from other brands. So I think it's definitely a good choice. Do you know how many units there is in this building?
Yeah, it's a bit more than 400 units, but you know what? You have 2 towers, and then you have a huge pool. And with the brand, the developers, the location, it makes still make it a good investment.
Yeah, for sure.
Good choice.
I mean, yeah, as I said just before, I mean, the fact that it has a lot of units, sometimes it's a risk, but if you have the amenities that go with it, the location, the developer, it's not always a big issue. And one other thing, it's on the river, so you have like kind of more setbacks with the neighbors, and you don't have the risk of having like a building right in front of you. If you're on the river, you're always going to have this amazing open view. You are going to have the river right below you. You're going to really feel like you're living in Miami. And
you can have a friend coming to pick you up by boat.
Yeah,
which is amazing. Yeah?
If you live in Faena and you have the money, you can pick up you can have your boat come here, pick you up, have a day on the river and on the bay. It's amazing. And on the bay, on the river, we're seeing a lot of developments of beautiful restaurants, more developments. So, I mean, there's activities to do. You just take your boat and you go to a beautiful restaurant, park the boat there, or spend the day on the water. It's definitely like a special lifestyle to be there. So, for sure, Faena is one of the big ones coming here. Do we have anything else to say about Faena, Pierre?
Again, can't wait to see it.
Let's see it. Once all these buildings are delivered, we're hoping to do a tour and also maybe of the sales gallery and,
of course,
and share it with everybody. So make sure to follow along and see that. So let's move on to the next one.
Yes,
which is
a big one.
Nothing minor. It's a huge development. I actually spoke about it on one of my social media recently because it was imploded. It was a crazy moment. it was a crazy moment in Brickell history because it's a very, very dense area. Brickell Key is like really close to Brickell, and they had to really control this implosion of the latest old building that was serving since what 20, 30 years. So now they decided to tear it down, and because they have a lot of space, they want to build two big towers. So the big one that we see here, for those hearing, you don't see it, but it's a very big tower. It's going to be only residential, and actually the two penthouses at the top sold for 50 million a piece,
which is just impressive.
It's insane. The price per square foot is actually
more than 6,000. Just impressive for Miami, and a condo. It's more expensive than a huge house on the water. It's just super impressive. And having said that, it's still a very good move for the buyer, because imagine the capital gains they are going to make because the day they want to resell, because it's like just a super unique product. You are on top of this tower on Brickell Key.
Yeah.
You are above everything else. It's just super impressive, and to have this kind of sales, it's just a big step for Miami skyline.
For sure. I mean, these guys on the top are going to have 360 views unobstructed forever. Wow. You know, so it's going to be amazing. And the tower right behind it is actually going to be 50-50 with a condo and hotel. So that's one of all the big thing about this new building is that it's a real hotel, a really like huge brand, Mandarin Oriental, and it's developed by Swire Properties, which is an amazing international developer. I mean, it's from Hong Kong, and
based in Hong Kong, right? Correct.
They sold not long ago. They sold Brickell City Center, right? Is that correct?
Correct.
So I mean, they
sold the Brickell City Center for more than 500 million. So a big move again. And so in terms of units, we have 300 residences here.
Okay, so it's smaller already.
Like the sales are going very fast, and they are saying that there is more than 1.3 billion in sales already.
Wow, so and this implosion happened what, 3 weeks ago, a month ago?
Yes.
It's crazy that everything is sold. All this $1.3 billion of money has been invested into this project even before anything has happened. I mean, we're talking about still like 2 to 3 months before they remove the debris. So they're really like many months away from breaking ground, and seeing this kind of sales really shows like Miami is really attracting a lot of capital.
Yeah, so like people, they really trust Miami, new skyline coming, and it's a big sign for Miami and for all the investors.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing, I don't see any other city in the world that is attracting this kind of capital at this scale, because, okay, maybe you can have one building like this, but we're seeing, like we've seen three that are really selling, that are really pushing forward. They have big percentages of already sold. Some of them are already some soon to be delivered in a year, some of them in 2 years. But it's like many projects. So this is impressive. Like you see Dubai, maybe Dubai is slowing down now. I don't know. What do you think is bringing so many people to this amount of investments?
Yeah, we are seeing like what investors want. They want like predictability, and they want something safe. So we are seeing more than the people, we are seeing the capital moving to Miami, which is just crazy because they want something with a 10-year plan at least to be safe. And we are seeing that in Miami, and it's just a super good information for all of us in real estate, and it's a big sign for all the investors coming, and the delivery, imagine, is planned to be in 2030. So as you say, to be able to put a capital in 2025 or 2026 with a 5 years or 4 year delay, it's like
it's insane.
Everyone believes a lot in Miami. Yeah.
I mean, I think is that Miami, they feel like there's more predictability. I think there's a lot of political stability in the US. People talk about politics here a lot, but I think overall, in comparison to other places in the world, we have a lot of stability. And here it's very important because the markets can fluctuate a lot. And we see it as, for example, people that live in America and live in the USA, they see fluctuations in the market and they think they are crazy. But if you go into other places in the world, there is much more risk. If you go to South America, if you go to Asia, you can see the markets going up and down much more than you can see here in the United States of America, especially in Miami. So you're really safe and you have appreciation overall. So I think that's what's bringing buyers and investors, especially here. So this project is, to me, is just shows exactly what Miami is all about.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm also super excited to see this one once it's completed.
Let's go to that one.
Let's go to
in 4 years.
In 4 years.
Oh.
Well, if everybody's here still in 4 years, you will see us doing this this beautiful
So stay
building.
here, okay?
So yeah, so these are basically the four.
And the
like,
location, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but on the Brickell Key, like you're on an island in the heart of Brickell. Imagine the location is just amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And we were talking about being next Faena being next to the river. Well, this is just even more because you have like 360 views that is you're gonna have no neighbors. And to me, that's why it's sold much higher on the price per square foot than other buildings in Brickell that are also very, very high end and luxury, but they're missing the fact that the privacy, you know, you are gonna be here, you're gonna be alone. And this is, I think, very, very valuable, and it's gonna basically secure your capital because you're reducing risk, so you're increasing basically your say security and profit. So that's amazing. I mean, these are going back to what I was saying, but these four buildings are just one of some of the buildings that are being developed in Brickell.
Yeah, we made a good
Yeah.
selection because that's
Yeah.
why I was like the best choice for the
Exactly. We're this is other things like the ones we think are like the top developments here in Brickell, but there's many more, and they are also all like very high end, very luxury, and it's basically non-stop. So that's amazing. We can talk about all day about these buildings, but there's one I want to mention. It's going to be the first super tall in
Wow.
Miami in downtown. So it's 1,050 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, they're crazy. So it's Waldorf Astoria, you know, the one with the little
course.
blocks. So let's see it here.
Wow.
This one.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Imagine the skyline once this one is complete.
and it's already I think it's 4 or 5 blocks up.
Yeah,
So,
they are going so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy. And actually, they're going at the maximum height allowed with the aviation, the Federal Aviation
It's because of
Association.
aviation, this
Yes.
maximum limit.
Exactly, because the airplanes are going to pass by really, really close. So you have to make sure that you don't go higher and the planes have time to go above it. So this is actually going to change the downtown skyline because the projects we've been talking about so far, they are Brickell projects. And Brickell, we know has more value right now than downtown, but downtown is developing really, really fast. So
For
this one
the
is
next
crazy.
15 years, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna take a bit time.
Yeah.
But the next neighbor to like just increase a lot in value gonna be downtown. Of course, they need to make a lot of works, like to improve the locations, the people that are living there, all the infrastructures.
Yeah.
But this one is developed by PMG, 100 stories, 360 residences. And do we have a famous buyer for this one? I'm sure yes.
Who?
Tony Robbins, a billionaire, he went under contract for a 28 million penthouse.
Wow.
So again, a big sign like of moves. And if those people are making this decision, it's not like by chance and they don't wake up in the morning and go. It's something they go very deep on the project, and it means if they put capital, they really believe in the project in Miami in general.
That's also key. I mean, you know that these people have the best counsels, so they're investing in the best project. So they know when someone of this caliber is buying a property, you know they have someone that really understands the market that is telling them to buy this property. So this is also key when you're looking at an investment. If it's a big buyer has purchased one unit or more, you know that this has been really deeply studied, and they have bought in the project that they really believe is going to have added value. So I mean, yeah, as you said, downtown is a few years away from being what Brickell is. It's still not as developed. There is some issues in downtown, but it's really growing really fast. I mean, the World Trade Center, this is a whole new neighborhood with a lot of shops, with a lot of dining locations that are really developing fast. So if someone has time to wait, if they have time to place an investment and wait and just expect long-term returns, I think downtown is one of, if not the best bet to place. And Waldorf Astoria is
biggest margin coming.
Yeah. So if you have time to, you don't need the capital right now. You can invest it and just wait, be patient, and downtown is not going to disappoint. That's for sure.
Delivery 2028.
2028. So it's really soon. And once you have this, it's going to change the area right below it just very soon. And I mean, this brings me to other things. Is that Miami is bringing other super talls. This is the first one, but it's definitely not the last one. And they're all going to go to the maximum to maximize their space. And I mean, the one that we all heard about, everybody's talking about, is Ken Griffin. He's bringing his HQ, which of course is not a residential building. Actually, I forgot to mention, but Waldorf Astoria is residential, but it's also going to be office. It's going to be mixed use. So then we go back to Citadel HQ from Ken Griffin. They're bringing
big
it to
move,
Brickell.
huh?
That's
a big bet, a
huge
big move for Brickell is going to be super because you're going to bring all of these employees, executives. So imagine they need to live somewhere, and the HQ are going to be only offices. It's not going to be residential and no apartments. So they're going to need a place to live. So about the other projects we have been talking about, that's like a lot of buyers for those towers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people bringing their headquarters, bringing their companies, big CEOs, bringing their companies, moving them here is also huge for this investment because they want to be close to their offices. The people that have the capital, the big executives, they need to be close to their office. So they're going to buy, well, these beautiful penthouses we're talking about, the ones in the Mandarin Oriental and all of the other ones, they're going to buy these beautiful, beautiful assets and they're going to make them increase in value. So yeah, I mean, Ken Griffin, he's been all over the news lately with New York.
What's happening in New York?
He had like 50-50. He was in between Miami and New York. He was investing in both.
Now he made his decision.
Yeah.
He's betting bet on Miami. He's doubling down. And you know what? I'm sure all of these super tall towers.
Yeah.
Also, the developer, what do they want? They want to compete with New York. They want to compete with Dubai. If you think about the Burj Khalifa, it's gonna be like an icon for the city. Imagine coming by plane to Miami and you see those super tall towers. It's gonna be just unbelievable. Imagine on Instagram, everyone gonna be posting. Even if you go on the street, you're gonna the view gonna be just amazing.
Yeah, actually, let me show this one. This is how it's gonna look. The Citadel HQ. So it's gonna be above all of the buildings, right on the water, in Brickell. I mean, this is just crazy because you're gonna see and it's gonna shock people. I mean, for us as Europeans, when we first came to Miami, seeing the skyline was already crazy, right?
What was your first feeling when you came for the first time?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about that yesterday. I mean, when you come here, you're like, wow, this is like impressive. You know, this is something
else. This is the city of the future. You know?
Exactly. It's beautiful. You have the bay. You have super tall skyscrapers. You have the activity, the economic activity, the life around it. So yeah,
all the company moving to Miami
slowly, but
we know that he paid $500 million only for the lot. Imagine betting this money here, and they are planning to spend $2 billion in the construction. So imagine the bet is doing on Miami.
Yeah, I mean, he really believes in Miami, and it just goes back to what we were saying before. It's like when you see these high executive, these big famous people, they all making decisions for a reason. So for investors, for smaller investors that want to buy a unit or they want to make a smaller investment, they don't have this amount of capital. For me, it's just about following the money, right? So this is, of course, these moves are key for us smaller investors.
You are swinging the big players. So the smartest decision you can make is to follow their moves. You know?
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, this is
really, even for the employees, it's gonna be even better for them. Imagine the people working in Chicago or New York, they're gonna have less taxes here.
Yeah.
So even for them, like the boss is coming, but all the executive for them, it's just super good news. I mean, I would be happy.
Yeah, I mean,
to come to Miami because you have less taxes on your salary, so you have more money to invest or to spend. Your life is gonna be better.
Yeah,
and you are under the sun.
Exactly. The climate, and there is also what we were talking about the other day is that like the cost of having an employee here, there is less tax on employees than in other states, in other countries. So people are relocating here because they can pay the same amount for an employee, and the employee is going to get a bigger share of that, and on top of that, it's going to pay less tax. So all of these like fiscal and financial benefits, they're really pushing forward to Miami. I mean, we cannot talk about them all because it's infinite, but property tax is also a huge one. You have your main residence here, and then you don't have to pay tax every year. You don't pay state income tax. I mean,
it's going to be coming.
What's better than that? I mean, let's talk about really quick about some of the things, but we know Miami had an issue with tech not being a big tech hub. So that's why we had like a bit of difficulty to bring like big tech companies. But I think it's going to happen very soon, and it's going to.
You know what develop. I strongly believe that South Florida is the next Silicon Valley.
Right.
I'm 100% sure of that because look, we got 4 of the 5 richest person in the world purchasing in Miami recently.
Yeah.
So it means a lot, with the 170 million purchase of Mark Zuckerberg in Indian Creek.
Yeah.
Means a lot. The 2 Google co-founders. We got Jeff Bezos.
He's been
He's
here
betting
for
a
a while.
lot in Miami since a long time, but he has 3 properties in Indian Creek. So it means a lot. All of this and all of those guys are in tech. So
yeah, true. I mean, for now we haven't seen like these latest because these latest moves have been very recent.
very recent.
Yeah, a few months ago. But it's only a matter of time before they start bringing like offices, big offices, big like
we have seen the
HQs.
CEO of Palantir buying on the Venetian Island, 46 million house, and he's bringing his company here also. So,
exactly. So
I mean,
at one point when he
one
starts
after the
bringing
other, they're coming.
And it's also a big thing that I usually talk about is like when you want to implement your tech business, you have to go where other people are. So when there's nobody, it's hard to go there because you don't have the employment pool. But when these big companies, they make the decisions to come to Miami and they are the bigger ones, they are the ones that are going to attract smaller tech businesses because they're going to have the talent pool available locally. And that's what creates it, because before it used to be New York, DC that had the biggest talent pool. Actually, Amazon, like many years ago, they relocated their headquarters to Washington and New York. They ended up staying in Washington for the second headquarters after Seattle. But they because that's where the most the talent was. And so I think it's a long process, but it's going to happen to Miami in the long run because these big CEOs, they are coming here and they're creating this atmosphere for the smaller ones to come. So I'm very, very excited to.
Remember, we were just to talk like about our native country. Like remember when we were with the executive of the French Tech?
Yeah.
She said that she had like 10 companies every week that want to move to Miami. That's just crazy. Only for France. Imagine how many companies are planning to move to Miami. Like the pipeline, I don't know if you have seen, it's just huge.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come the one after the other. And once, like the big ones, as you said, exactly as you said, once the big ones are already coming, everyone gonna follow here. So they're all leaving the Silicon Valley. So which means property value will just increase.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have more and more qualified people here living here. All the executives, the finance part also is coming to Miami, I'm sure.
Exactly. I mean, one last thing is that these people that are bringing their primary residence, like we're talking about Mark Zuckerberg, all these very, very high net worth individuals are bringing their companies, they're also investing in the overall infrastructure of the city because they like the place. They like to be on the bay. They like all of that, what Miami has to offer. But they have to make sure that the ecosystem and everything that is around Miami is suitable for them to bring their headquarters. So they're investing highly in like public transport. We see the Underline invested highly by Ken Griffin. They're trying to make Miami a city that is really, really livable for their future employees. And so they're investing in private schools for their executives.
Yeah, that's super
they're investing
important.
in everything. So it's all like I think Miami's climate, Miami's just attractivity, Miami's lifestyle.
Lifestyle is just amazing. I mean,
it has everything.
For the weekend, imagine super attractive to bring an executive here. You can tell him, look, during the weekend, you're gonna have the feeling to be in the Bahamas, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get your boat, you go on the bay, you go in the ocean, you can like go scuba diving. It's just crazy to have this. And during the week, you are in all of those huge towers, just like in New York. And during the weekend, you have this lifestyle. Just the perfect mix.
Exactly. I mean, we've talked a lot about how amazing Miami is. I'm sure, I mean, people have diverging opinions, but we are really, really bullish on Miami for sure. And that's what we want to share with people through this podcast. We want to talk about different things. I mean, next time we're excited to talk about just single family properties because right now we're talking about new developments and pre-construction things for investors, but single family is a whole different type of market,
which is also very attractive.
Exactly.
You can like create pools of investor and go into a construction project, and then you get super high return. And maybe, it's a different thing, but to still have the water makes for sure a good investment.
Yeah. So I mean, let's leave it at this for today. And next time, if people are interested, please follow us.
Yeah,
So
keep watching. We're gonna be here every week, giving you a content for you to educate yourself with Miami real estate and investment in Miami in general. I mean,
yeah, I mean, anything related to Miami real estate, Miami life, we're going to talk about here and try to share just as much as possible for people to be more knowledgeable about the Miami market and just what to do with your money if you're trying to invest here. Just get an idea of what can be done, and yeah, just share with everyone. So thank you, Pierre.
super
See you
nice
next week.
episode. Thank you so much, Loic.
See you soon.
See you next week.